Hi, I'm Elizabeth,
Hi, I'm Molly.
and welcome to Yoga with Health Meets Wellness. Today we're going to be doing a flow for back pain. We're going to focus on moving our spine in every direction, firing up the core. This class is really good for anyone who has had back pain or currently has back pain. Remember, if anything hurts during the class, stop. Child's pose is always available to you. And if you ever feel like the movement is too much, come back to the breath. We're going to start today on the mat, and we're going to use 2 blocks. So coming down to the mat, taking 1 block underneath your seat. I like to go on the lowest height, which is this height. Place the block underneath your seat and find a comfortable seat on the block. Allow your knees to knock out any amount, hands coming to the knees, and take a nice deep grounding breath on your mat. Really nice. We're going to go over now a couple movements with your spine. So first, walk your right hand out just wider than your mat. Allow your left arm to rise up over your left ear and go into lateral flexion with your spine to the right side. Invitation to gaze up towards your left hand, shoulder away from ears, and you can even walk your right hand out a little bit. Really nice. Coming back to neutral, bringing your left hand down to the outside of the mat on the left side. Right hand floats up over the right ear, side stretch on the right side. Really nice. Deep breath in and out. Really nice. Coming back to neutral, hands come to the knees, and we're going to flex the spine and rotate in all the way from your sacrum to your crown. Really nice. Deep breath in and extend your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice. Coming back to neutral, we'll rotate by taking our left hand to the right knee. Right hand comes to the back of the mat, and turn your gaze towards the back of the mat, looking over your right shoulder. Deep breath in and release. Nice. Right hand floats up, comes to meet your left knee. Left hand comes to the back of the mat. Now gazing towards the back of the room. Deep breath in and release. Really nice. Coming back to a neutral spine, move your block off to the side and make your way into tabletop pose. Making sure that your wrists are stacked under your shoulders, your knees are stacked under your hips. Deep breath in to extend your spine into cow pose, and then deep breath out, curling the toes, tucking the sacrum, and coming into cat. One more time with the breath. Deep breath in, extend, and breath out. Flex. Really nice. Deep breath in, cow pose, and deep breath out, cat pose. Really nice. Coming into a neutral spine, lift your right leg up and back. Take a moment to stabilize your pelvis, making sure that your hips are in line with one another. Option 2 or invitation to lift your left arm up, taking again a moment, navel to spine, shoulders away from ears. Take a nice deep breath. Really nice. Start to bring your balance toward the midline and bring your knee and elbow to your nose. Really nice. Deep breath and extend, and exhale. Really nice. Deep breath and extend, and exhale. Really nice. Left hand comes down to the mat, right knee comes down to the mat. Now lift up your left leg, really flexing through the back foot. Right hand comes up, navel to spine, and deep breath in. And with the exhale, start to bring your balance into the midline, knee and elbow to nose. Deep breath in and extend. And exhale. Deep breath in and inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left knee comes down to the mat. Deep breath in. And walk your way to the top of your mat slowly, 1 breath at a time. Really nice. Deep breath in, arms all the way up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. coming up through the sacrum, the lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine, arms up overhead, gazing up, little back bend, invitation to hook the thumbs, gazing up, really nice. And hands come to heart center in prayer. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Really nice. Hands come to the back or the sacrum. Shoulder blades come in and down the back or retract on the back, and then slowly start to shift your weight back into a nice extension of the spine for back bend. Really nice. Deep breath in, and then slowly start to bring your spine back to neutral, one vertebrae at a time. Take your blocks to the center of your mat on the highest height, stacked one next to one another. Left hand comes down and right hand peels up to the sky, left knee bends, and start to activate your right IT band. Making sure that your shoulders are coming down away from your ears, really activating through your right hand. Deep breath in and out. Really nice. Right hand comes down to the block, left hand comes up towards the sky, right knee bends, left straightens. Really nice. Left hand comes down to the mat. Move your blocks to the front of your mat, and you can keep them on the highest height. Hands come down to the mat. Take a nice forward fold, shifting your weight forward and back in your feet, just arriving at the top of your mat again. And then hands come to shins. Deep breath in, flat back. And then walk, step, or hop back to plank pose. Lower down into chaturanga. Press up into up dog, really focusing on extending your spine. Deep breath in, and then slowly roll back to downward dog. Deep breath in, pedaling out the feet for your first downward dog of the day. Really nice. Bending your knees a lot to release the lower back, pressing into the hands, shoulders away from ears, and then slowly starting to straighten your legs any amount. Really nice. Right leg comes up and back, three-legged downward dog. Right foot, right hand, back knee comes down to the mat. Shift your weight back, arms come up to frame the ears, low lunge. Take a moment here to check in with your hips, making sure that they're even. Deep breath in, waking up the hip flexor or the iliopsoas, which helps support the lower back. Really nice. Starting to shift your weight forward, bring your hands to the blocks and slowly start to shift into supported warrior three. Take a moment again to check in here. Plantar flexing the foot, so this is plantar flexing. I'm showing you right here in the back. Deep breath in, and now start to slowly bring your balance into the midline as you bring your left knee to your nose. Really nice. Deep breath in and extend. And knee to nose. Deep breath in and extend. And knee to nose. Really nice. Hands come down to the mat. Left foot comes to meet the right. Arms sweep up overhead, gazing up. Hands come to heart center. Deep breath in. Arms sweep up overhead. Hands come down to the shins, flat back. Hands come down to the mat, walk, step, or hop back to plank pose, and then down into chaturanga. Deep breath into up dog, and deep breath out as we go to downward dog. Left leg floats up, left foot comes to meet the left hand, right knee comes down to the mat, arms come up to frame the ears. Deep breath in, checking in with your hips, making sure that they're in line with one another. Deep breath in, and really nice. Start to shift your weight forward as your hands come down onto the blocks and make your way to supported warrior three on the left side. Checking in again with your back, making sure that your navel is in towards your spine, shoulders away from ears. Deep breath in, and deep breath out as we bring our knee to our nose. And extend, and knee to nose, and extend. Really nice. And extend. Hands come down to the mat. Right foot comes to meet the left. Arms sweep up overhead. Look up, gazing up. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Hands come up overhead. Swan dive over your legs. Hands come to shins. Walk, step, or hop back to chaturanga. Deep breath in, up dog. And deep breath out, downward dog. Right foot floats up, three-legged downward dog. Right foot, right hand. Rise up now into high lunge, finding your balance. Arms come to frame the ears. If you feel like you have any difficulty keeping your balance, you can always widen your stance. Deep breath in and start to shift your weight forward. Invitation to come into warrior three or supported warrior three. If you're in warrior three, option to have your hands pointing towards the back of the room or extending, framing your ears. Really nice. Invitation to shift your weight forward, coming into three-legged mountain pose. Hands come to prayer, taking a moment to center. Right hand comes to the left knee. Invitation to twist, opening up with your left arm towards the back of the room. For a deeper IT band stretch, invitation to reach for the edge of the left foot and straighten your leg any amount while shifting your gaze towards the back of the room. Only open up your leg as much as your back allows. Once it starts to bend, you want to stop straightening your leg. Really nice. Right hand swims back towards the front of the room. Hands at heart center. Left foot comes down to the mat and shake out your legs. Deep breath in, arms up overhead. Hands come down to the mat and then to your shins, flat back. Walk, step, or hop back to chaturanga. Deep breath in, upward dog. And deep breath out, downward dog. Really nice. Left foot comes up with the breath. Left foot, left hand. Deep breath in as you rise up into high lunge. Shifting your weight forward now into warrior three or supported warrior three. Coming to the top of the mat. Really nice. Finding your balance. Invitation again to shift your weight in your hands and bring your hands forward to frame your ears. Really activating your back leg and then slowly bringing your right leg towards the midline and coming into one-legged mountain pose. Invitation to twist by bringing the left hand to the right knee. Right hand floats towards the back of the mat. You can shift your gaze over your right hand or invitation to extend the right leg, reaching for the edge of the right foot. Straightening your leg any amount to get a really nice deep IT band stretch and shifting your gaze. Going out the way that you came in, holding onto your right knee, right hand comes back to the center and right foot comes down to the mat. Shake out your legs. Really nice. Hands come down to the mat, slowly lowering down onto our seat, and then rolling back one vertebrae at a time. Take your fingers towards your ankles and make sure that you can graze the back of your ankles with your fingertips. Slowly start to rise up, lifting your seat and bringing your hands together on the mat. Pressing down into the mat, rise up into bridge pose. Take a deep breath here, really focusing on puffing up the chest, opening up the shoulders and the thoracic spine. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Really nice. Slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Move your hands out of the way so that your sacrum can come down to the mat. Walk your hands out wide and let your knees knock from side to side, windshield wiper, to release your lower back. Really nice. Coming back into neutral. Option to take another back bend or option for wheel. Bringing your hands to frame your ears and then slowly pressing up one vertebrae at a time to rise up, pressing into your feet. Gaze down towards the back of the mat. Really nice. Pressing down in your feet and your hands and then slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Really nice. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side again. And then when your knees come to the right side of the mat, stack your knees on top of one another, moving your hips if needed. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand comes out towards in a cactus, and then gaze over your right shoulder. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Really nice. Knees fall over to the opposite side, coming through neutral. Shifting the pelvis as needed, arms for cactus out, and then invitation to bring the right hand to the left knee. Gazing out over the left side of the mat. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Really nice. Knees come back to neutral, and then slowly start to lengthen your legs all the way. And if you need to shift on your mat so that you find yourself in the center of your mat, invitation to do so now. And then walk your hands out, palms facing up towards the sky, ready to receive the benefits of the practice, letting your toes point out towards either side of the mat. Let the gaze shift inward and take a few moments here in our final rest pose to just relax and release from all of the energy and movement of this practice. Start to bring awareness back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes, shifting your weight over onto your right side. Bring your heels towards your seat. Shift your weight over to the right side, coming into a fetal position on the right. Pressing into your left hand and coming up to a cross-legged seated position at the front of the mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Nice deep breath in. Thank you so much for joining us at Health Meets Wellness. Thank you for taking the time for yourself and for inviting a little bit of movement and activity into your day. Namaste.